If you help everybody, you help nobody. It is incredibly clear that you get very, very specific in regards to who you're targeting with your coaching business. If you're trying to help every single person, your message is not clear. So the efforts that you actually put into your business are not going to reward you with the biggest bang for your buck. You have no expert status, and it's a lot harder for you to gain a reputation actually in your field. There's nothing there that's going to help you stand out from the crowd. So what I want to do today is actually give you an exercise to go through that will help you identify and solidify exactly who your target market should be. But before I do, for those of you that are new here, my name is Josh Dexter and I'm the owner of SoloCoach. I'm a business coach that helps other coaches just like you kickstart their business, build it, and leverage those profits into generational wealth. And I've been coaching for the last 14 years and I've helped over 2,000 coaches create a multiple six-figure business with most of it profit, giving them the freedom, flexibility, and financial rewards that they've always been after. But enough about me, today's about you. So the first thing to actually look at when identifying your target market is a story. You need a story to tell and you need a story to actually attach to, whether that's your own story or whether it's a story of you actually helping somebody else. And this is the first place that I like to start. Yes, we can randomly cherry pick a target market out of thin air, but if we're building from the ground up here, or you have a coaching business that is stuck and it's stagnant, you've already got clients, but there's no defined person that you're actually working with, you're helping every Tom, Dick, and Harry right now, then this is the best place to start. Is there a transformation that you've gone through? Is there a story that you can tell? Are there hurdles, are there problems, are there barriers that you've personally overcome? And what outcome did you actually achieve when you overcame them? Question number one would be, can you target people who are just like you, who are in the same position that you was in before you overcame that problem and achieved that desired outcome? Because it's by far the easiest place to start because you can resonate with that person. You've been through it yourself. Or have you helped somebody already achieve a particular goal and you'd like to help more people just like that? They're the first two places that I would actually look. And they're the easiest to identify and solidify that target market for your coaching business because you have validation behind it. You've got authority. Now, I often see online, now this is very, very common in today's day and age. I help busy, high net worth individuals and people are going after people with money. And look, it works to a certain degree, but for some people, not for everybody. And the reason it doesn't work for everybody is because you've got to speak their language. If you cannot resonate, if you cannot understand what they're saying, if you cannot understand what that target market is going through, your messaging will not be clear to that market. You won't get clients. Because as a coach, you have to be an authority. You have to be a leader. You have to understand your target market more than that person even understands themselves. Because you are the person taking them from stagnation to their desired outcome, their desired goal. You need to understand that pathway. So that's why I like to start with a story rather than cherry picking a target market out of thin air. And a bit of a side note for you, whatever you decide to pick and whatever target market that you decide to work with now, it's okay in the future to change. It's okay to tweak. It's okay to pivot. As you develop as a professional, your experience, your views of the world, what you see, what you do, and your capabilities changes too. Therefore, you can then pivot, which is fine. It doesn't mean you're going to pivot every 2 minutes because that will confuse your market. But if you dial in on your target market for at least a year or two, go all in, you will gain the traction that you really want. So start with a story, either your own or someone that you've actually helped. So you have understanding, you have authority, and you have leadership in that space, and go all in. Now get a piece of paper, get a document, and start writing all of these things down that I'm about to go through so you can truly understand everything about your target market. And when you know everything, it makes your job easier as a coach. The first thing, where do they hang out? What social media platforms are they actually on? Where is your market? Identify that because that's where you need to be spending your time, nowhere else. Ignore the gurus and the experts out there that say you have to be on every single platform all of the time. If your audience isn't there, you don't need to be there. You need to make everything, and I mean everything, about your target market. So identify that. Where are they? The next thing, where do they live? If you're trying to target a specific market in a very specific area in the world, globally, specifically, where is that? Oh, Josh, but I'm online. I can work with people all over the world. That is great. But let's dial things in to start with. Who are we targeting? Because an important thing to talk through here, when you're trying to gain traction and momentum in your coaching business, we have to be hyper specific. As you grow, as you expand, as you develop, you can widen that net a little bit more because you have momentum. You've got leads coming into the business, you've got a reputation, you've got results, you've got testimonials. The word is spreading about you, who you are, and what you actually do. Therefore, you can widen that net. But if you have no target market dialed in right now, you've got to get specific. The biggest and the tallest tree doesn't grow branches the moment it comes out of the ground. It grows the biggest and the thickest and the tallest tree trunk first before it then starts to expand out. Same thing with your target market and with your business. So, where do they live? Where are they? Next, what are their buying behaviors, their buying habits? What are they spending their money on right now? Clothes. What type of clothes? Supplements. What type of supplements? Education. What type of education specifically? Books, resources, food. Understand your market. What are they spending their money on? And if you don't know, ask them, analyze them, find out what are their buying behaviors. Next, what do they do for a job? What work do they do? Are they employed? Are they self-employed? Have they got a large company? Are they working part-time right now? Specifically, what work do they do? What do they do to generate money for themselves? And then how much do they earn? Understand your market. I'm going to keep repeating myself on this because it's important. What's their family situation? Are they single? Are they married? Do they have kids? How old are they? And the final thing is, what is their biggest problem that is stopping them from achieving the goal they really want to achieve? What is it? Why is it even there? How did it become to be there? And how much does it mean to them? And how badly is it holding them back? What is that one problem? So therefore, you're understanding your target market, you're being hyper specific, and you know them. And that is key. Once you know them, your content is easy. You know what to talk about because you're talking to that one person and that one person only. You know exactly what social media platforms to put your efforts into because you know where they are. You know exactly what to offer them, exactly what service to provide, exactly how to price yourself. You know everything about your target market. And I know I'm going to keep repeating myself on that, but you need to know. This is the importance of it. And then as soon as you have full understanding, you can then construct your offer. And I do this in 4 easy steps. And I'm actually going to give you a taster right now of what's inside the Kickstart workbook. My Kickstart program is a 30-day one-to-one program with me where I'll plug in the exact SoloCoach system that you need to build the business to £50,000 per month, mainly profit. And I'm going to give you a taster of exactly how we identify your offer inside of the workbook. Step 1, we've already started to discuss this. Who is the one person that you help? We've already started to go through this. So I help a specific category of person who struggles with that one main problem. Who is it? You need to be able to say that in a sentence. It's clear. There's no wishy-washiness, no beating around the bush, no big long paragraph or waffling for 5 minutes. Short, sharp sentence. Who is the one person that you help? I help specific person who has specific problem. That's it. You should be able to say it. Step 2, what is the one result that you create for them? I help them achieve results so they can go on to what's the value of it? Why are they looking at achieving that result? I help this target market achieve this specific result because what is the reasoning? What is the value? Part 3, what is the one way that you actually create that result? What is your methodology? What is your program? What's your unique approach? So if you're a fitness coach, I just work with you one-on-one. What makes you different? What's your unique methodology? What is your program? I do this with your unique methodology. What is the name of that program? What is the name of that process? Name it, because you need to be unique, you need to be different. And the 4th and final point, how long does this actually take to achieve? Put a time frame on it. So a little taster there from the Kickstart program. Again, you can gain access to that in the description below. But this then creates your offer. This is who I work with. This is the biggest problem that they actually have. This is the result that I create, and this is the reason why I create that result. This is the meaning behind it. I create that result with this specific pathway to success. This is my unique method, and I do it in this specific amount of time. It's clear. And this is the biggest thing for most coaches that I speak to and I help. They're not clear whatsoever. When I ask them who they help, there's just waffle. Or there's a few people that they're helping, or I help everybody. It's not clear. What result do you create? I help people lose weight, or I help people with their mindset, or I help people have a better relationship. That is not clear. Specifically, what result do you create? If it's weight loss, I help you lose 10 kilograms of weight. Okay, wow, that's specific. If you're a relationship coach, I help you incorporate a monthly date night into your diary that is cemented again. Wow, that is specific. Get specific about the result, your unique methodology. What makes you stand out? What makes you different? What is that unique pathway that you can deliver as a coach, as a professional, to take that person from point A to point B? And then finally, in what length of time? And I've spoke to coaches before where they've said, well, it varies. That's okay if it varies, but you've got to give someone the expectation. How long is this going to take? Because your market needs to know. So get specific on your target market, understand them, know who that one person actually is. And then you can get really, really clear with exactly what you're offering. And then here's the interesting part. Do not deviate from your target market. You can grow a very, very profitable solo coaching business focusing on just one person. Not everybody, one person. And if you want to grow a large corporation after you gain traction, of course, widen that net and you can start to help multiple target markets if you want to. But you've got to be able to earn that. You've got to get to that point. Most of you are trying to help everybody and you've not got to that point. Using the tree analogy that I mentioned earlier, most coaches that I speak to, you're trying to grow your branches and expand your tree and grow your tree before it's even grown out of the ground. If you want a big, thick, tall tree trunk before you even start to branch out, if you want a big, well-profiting coaching business before you start to branch out, then you need to dial in on that one person first. So follow that framework, get really, really clear on who your target market is, and then you can get really, really clear on exactly what you're offering to that market. And again, that was a little taster from my 30-day Kickstart program, where I will work with you one-on-one over the next 30 days and plug in the exact system that I personally use and my clients use to grow a highly profitable solo coaching business. For the action takers, I'll see you there. The link is in the description. But for everybody else, I hope you found today's video really helpful. I'll speak to you soon.